entire city's on strike.
Yeah,
Bad news for Seattle.
I don't think these guys, we've seen them play yet, the University of Washington. We saw Washington State.
Yeah. Who is playing?
I think we actually saw a different team from the University of Washington.
Yeah,
play.
that's right. We did.
Yeah. So, of course, these schools can have different teams. There's not just one team for school. There's some schools that have large TeSPA chapters that have like 20 teams, like University of Texas at Austin was one of those.
Yeah.
So,
it's a big esports school down there.
Yeah, a lot of these schools that participate are big esports schools with big esports cultures. And Simon Fraser is going to throw out Temple Mage first, and University of Washington looks like a secret paladin, judging by those opening hand.
Yeah, and when you see opening hands like this is one of the reasons why the aggressive paladin decks have been so much in demand lately. They just have such strong early curves, and not only that, but paladin works its way up the curve extremely well. You know, having the 5-drops play a big role in their decks, whether it be Lotheb or Sludge Belcher, they're catalysts to the Mysterious Challenger turn. They get to follow that up potentially with Dr. Boom and then even potentially with Tyrion. And so the amount of pressure that can come from this build starting at turn 1.
You're scaring me.
It's very scary. There's no doubt about it. It's one of the reasons why it's just so favored at the moment. And Haunted Creeper, I was just about to mention this, really tells me that they're running copies of Blessing of Kings in their build right now. They want to take advantage of that card by having sticky minions and hoping that Blessing of Kings, the value they get from it immediately, can help carry them through the game. So Simon Fraser, they're going to be working off the back foot here, but with Flamewaker and Arcane Missiles, there's maybe a chance they can just seize early control of the board.
Yeah, there's one thing I want to point out, though. We've yet to see either a secret or a Mysterious Challenger from the University of Washington. The hand and the cards tell us that secrets are probably present because you want sticky creatures that are great on the board, but this could just be some sort of really annoying token.
So he's just like annoying? Doesn't have a sword or anything?
Yeah. Like you in the mirror?
This doesn't look good.
Like you in the mirror? Oh, man. We've seen those commercials way too many times.
I love those commercials.
They're pretty good. Okay, there we go.
Wait. With all the 1/1s they have in
here.
Could
just be a token paladin with competitive spirit.
There definitely could just be competitive spirit in here. That's not outside of the realm of possibility.
It's a competitive spirit paladin.
Reporting for duty.
In the spirit of competition. Hey, they're at 5-0 right now. Looks like they're going to have their sights set on this Flamewaker. Cannot blame him for that. It's a super powerful minion you don't want to leave him play, but Simon Fraser almost has baited out this kind of board state. They have a second Flamewaker. You know, if they hadn't drawn that other Flamewaker, I would venture to say they wouldn't have played that card this turn.
Yeah.
But since they drew it, it made their decision so much easier. You don't need both of them to really be getting those massive turns. But now they get to take out Shielded Minibot, thin a secret out of their deck, Flamewaker, and maybe clear this entire board position.
I'd say it's pretty likely that they clear the entire board. Maybe one token's left up, but look at they're moving into their next turn as well. With a Flamewaker on the board that will probably be uncontested, they can Mana Worm, Frostbolt, Unstable Portal.
Yeah,
deal with a creature on the board, you know, increase that tempo, get more Flamewaker missiles.
Well, we do have a chance now. If that minion being in play was the only way University of Washington could have handled this Flamewaker, now instead they're looking at a spot where this is a potential disaster for them.
Yeah, don't really have any comeback tools here at the moment.
I'll never tell.
Lots of cheap, pretty weak, but hard to remove creatures.
I'll never tell.
They proc the Mirror Entity, like the sequencing from University of Washington as well.
They have to be careful, though, because Secret Keeper is any secrets.
You're right.
So if they buff their own Secret Keeper, it also buffs their opponent's Secret Keeper.
Doesn't look like they're going to fall for that trap. And they're not going to. Not even going to swing with the weapon. They're just going to hope that things really go their way. And so now Simon Fraser in a great spot to take control of this game. I mean, there's 4 more missiles to be launched this turn, coupled with the Frostbolt effect, and even the great attacks. I mean, just beautiful looking position for them.
Yeah, I wonder why Flamewakers are referred to as missiles. In Knife Juggle, they're referred to as juggles. Flamewakers should be wakes.
It's just wakes of flames.
Yeah.
Oh, they're like missiles. He's like
they got 4 wakes this turn.
We've seen 2 unstable portals, 2 Murlocs. I'm sorry, we've seen 3 unstable portals. 3 unstable portals, 2 Murlocs. They're coming out in full force.
What's the other one? Oh, a War Golem. That's right.
So it looks like they're going to want to hang on to this Frostbolt for a rainy day. But that could come back to bite them. That Blessing of Kings in hand is awfully threatening.
Especially with the Argent Squire, one of the best targets before Blessing of Kings because you can get that immediate Divine Shield value.
Yeah,
Same
and
thing with Shield the Minibot.
Blessing of Kings is really one of the only ways that University of Washington, I think, can even climb back into this game. And they're even going to get the opportunity for it. So certainly something they were looking forward to. Oh, they even throw out a sorry. They're trying to make Simon Fraser and the Jordude as salty as possible rolling in these next couple turns. Now, Simon Fraser can't check this, but again, it's going to cost them a lot of resources if that's what they want to do.
Yeah, the one thing though is University of Washington is running out of cards, and if they do pick up a Divine Favor, usually Temple Mage sort of empties their hand pretty quickly as well. They usually don't save up a lot of cards, so they won't get much value out of that. Like Competitive Spirit and Knife Juggler by themselves are not really that great of cards to have in their hand. I'd rather have Frostbolt and Mad Scientist, to be honest.
I think this Competitive Spirit is coming down more of a bluff than anything else, but I think the fact that they took so much time to play it is going to give Simon Fraser an idea of what this may be. And even with the Flame Cannon pickup, now they don't even have to be worried about a bluff. Now they just have a direct check to the Argent Squire. That was a fantastic draw from them. They don't have to worry about combat. They don't have to worry about maybe using the Frostbolt on it. Just get to clear it out, and they're going to get a pretty good idea of what this is after these attacks too. Now they know it's either Avenge or Competitive Spirit.
Yeah. Or... Nope. That's it.
Yep.
No, there's one more.
Can't be Redemption, can't be Repentance.
Can't be Noble Sacrifice because they
Can't be
attack
Eye
you.
for an Eye. It's got to be Avenger Competitive Spirit.
You are correct.
Now the second one, this could be anything. And that's another big picture there. So
Anything.
But Simon Fraser, once again, they have the answer to it in hand already. It looks like they're going to be able to maintain control of this game.
And if they've been keeping track of the coin, they know that University of Washington just has nothing.
Yeah. Full initiative for Simon Fraser.
Yeah.
So it's hard to make an incorrect attack, I think, at this point. You know, either way you choose to do it, it's going to work out really in your favor.
Yeah, either way, using the Frostbolt and trading the Mad Scientist into something, I'd say Frostbolt. Whoa!
I think they wanted to check for double sacrifice there.
I think checking for Avenge first would be better.
It also checks for Redemption this spot. And even if they check for Redemption, you know, they get the secret out of their deck. You know, how much benefit does that provide them? And they still get the Frostbolt clean in here. So just really any way you slice it, it works out beneficially for them because you can make an argument for just wanting to get the secret out of your deck. Say it's a mirror entity and your opponent happens to draw Dr. Boom on curve. Now you just get a 7/7 instead of having the extra Mad Scientist in play.
Yeah.
Coghammer, very unlikely to get this job done. You know, it will take out the Sorcerer's Apprentice, but they're staring down a 4/3 Mana Worm right now, and they are not at a lot of life.
And if they top deck Divine Favor, they're probably not going to get anything out of it, because I'm sure Simon Fraser is going to play whatever comes off the top.
Yeah. Unless it's a 9-mana card, it's pretty much coming out of the hand this turn. Well.
Oh, well, Arcane Intellect could make them draw into cards that they can't play.
They have to draw Divine Favor first, though, so either way, it's working out beautifully for Simon Fraser. That 1/1 is going to live to fight another day. Pretty rare that you see that, but you know, at what cost? They're getting the Azure Drake out, so I think it's definitely a trade they want to make. And once again, University of Washington, how do they go about this? They're having to pay so much life if they want to get back into this in terms of trying to take over the minion value. And then even despite that, they're still giving initiative over to Simon Fraser. They're the ones who get to dictate the attacks in a more beneficial way.
I mean, I think they're dead next turn regardless.
That's what it looks like.
They can kill off the Mana Worm, and then they're not quite dead because they'd be at 12.
Being at 1 versus 28 with a hero power that deals a point of damage, that's basically dead.
Yeah, and they can't even play Pilot Shredder because they haven't checked for anything yet.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, Simon Fraser really, that turn 4 Flame Waker was the key to this game. That was the catalyst to them being able to maintain initiative for the rest of the time. So they want to check for Counterspell, and then they see it's not Counterspell, they're like, you know what? We just can't even play the Piloted Shredder.
Yeah. And that will be game with just Fireball Ping.
Yeah, no real way to play around it. Simon Fraser, excellent job of taking control of this game. Something can stop you, Medivh, just not this game.
Yep. And with that, Simon Fraser goes up to a 1-0 lead.
Fist bumps all around. Jordude, all smiles in game.